Alrighty, here we go with episode 472. Craziness has ensued. Let's just go and get straight into it. And pour one out for Obito, man. Went out like a G. It was so weird that the ghosts are Ren. They've been holding Ren back the entire series, right? By the way, I want to talk about. I meant to do this as an intro before. I don't want to do this here because I'm just starting a new batch of recordings. So I kind of want to just get into it and get back into the story. But at some point, I want to talk about that episode 119 and 120 and the where it was in the timeline and watch orders and all that stuff. Because that relates to this backstory. And now that his story is concluded, that's probably a good time to talk about this now that I've seen his entire story. We're probably about to watch Kakashi's entire story. Those are the two people that this decision affected. So I want to talk about that at some point. But so remind me if I don't touch on that by the time I get to the end of the series. This is something I definitely want to discuss. But it's more of like a retrospective, big picture kind of thing. It doesn't matter where it's placed, just as long as I get to it. So anyway, let's go and get into this. We are going on one. 3, 2, 1. I will say again, though, she could just create infinite attacks, right? So stopping any one particular attack isn't really that important. Here she is. I don't think I'd want to repeat that dialogue of all the dialogue he had. I assume what they're saying is he's kind of still a boy in his head, but he's not. He's a physical adult, so she's a little girl. Just saying. I mean, maybe avoid all that. It's just, I remember the infamous episode 469. The credits was this credits, so they're fighting the mud people, whatever the hell this is. Probably shouldn't be watching, but I don't know that we're gonna fight mud people is really a spoiler. I mean, it might be. I doubt it. But I was seeing Mother in there. So it's well, Mother just got introduced. So there's no way this. Because here's the weird thing about that. The first couple minutes felt just like that filler episode I watched in the first series. I'm pretty sure it's the first series. I think it was the only filler I watched in the entire first series. And it was about them having fun with Kakashi and trying to, look under his mask and all that shit, right? So the dialogue, I thought it was just a repeat of that exact same episode with maybe new animation. But even the animation seemed weaker. It seemed lame, like season first series animation, which was okay, but it's not as good as this animation. So I was so confused, and I eventually realized, okay, the dialogue I guess is different, but the first story beats and the dialogue and the framing and everything just seemed like that exact same episode. So then we go to the credits. I'm like, well, it's some other credits. You better, huh? Yeah, I'm watching this on a different site that now shows me the episode titles. I should stop. I should not watch the episode titles for sure. Yeah, and I did it. You didn't. You feel like he could have actually disappeared both of them, right? Or is he eliminating this form of attack from her? I see. So it's more than just preventing that one single attack. He's not wrong, by the way. So to tell me he's not going to sacrifice himself. So we literally watched that filler episode for nothing. Yep, he's dead as hell. Oh, shut up. I finally figured out what his purpose is, by the way. He's the exposition because she's not having a conversation with him. She's not talking shit. That's his job. They divided it away so that she can maintain her inscrutability because she would not be having these conversations with him. But you need somebody to do it. I don't think it works. He's hiding in her sleeve. It's just, it looks stupid. I do like the grin in the eyes. I like that part. But it doesn't work for me. It just, it's obvious his only job is exposition. He's not providing anything else. So it just doesn't work. I mean, you should have found another solution. Huh. You better find a genie. Huh. That was his villain origin story. Resurrect me. Huh. Huh. It's all bullshit, but sounds good. Huh. I see. He knew he had him one though. Look, they're not united. Ha! Red. Don't tell me. You dug up her corpse. Or you just didn't like the flowers there, I guess. What's up, boy? You're a good boy. You don't have to trash this village. Come on, man. That's not you. He's big mad. F these humans. Well, shit. We got quite a wrecking crew here, man. This squad goes hard as hell. It's like a greatest hits of the series right here. Talking shit. His is the most interesting story arc. I kept wanting him to be more than he was, and he never was. He was always diminished. He was never as cool as I wanted him to be. He's basically the series' butt monkey. Kabuto, I'm talking about. Jesus. Just the scale of this shit, man. I know we've seen all this shit before, so I'm just saying, like, being reminded of, again, the sheer scale of the fight that we've been having. Jesus. Drained dry. Get wrecked. Yep. Thank you for reminding me of how much of an asshole he was. Ah, shit. Now she's gonna mess you up, son. She would go to a world where chakra doesn't exist. Of course, she couldn't get out of there. Yep. Come on, let's go. Hey, dumbass. He's not gonna beg you, man. He really is one of a kind, man. Nobody else would be doing this right now. This has been a hell of a character arc for him. I want to be a bureaucrat. If I promise you lunch, I'm paying for lunch. Dumbass. I feel like we did this send off with him last episode. Now we're kind of doing it again. It's a little weird. The earlier flashbacks made sense. They were reminding us that he wasn't always a good person, what he's trying to redeem himself for, right? Meanwhile, Sasuke's dead up there because he went by himself. But, take your time. You want to save the world now, Naruto? Maybe? I'm just spitballing here. That's really sad. Y'all dead as hell. Welcome to paradise. Yeah, but I don't want to be a bureaucrat. Filling out paperwork all day, red tape, attending council meetings. Who the hell wants to do that? Why are you here in the afterlife? Are you dead too? Looks good. Did they hold up an effing cue card? I'm just saying. That's right. Read these rules and regulations. This is just the building codes for 3-story houses. You don't even want to see the 4-story house codes. That's right. You said it right, Lord. Domestic violence. Damn. You can't do that kind of property damage in front of the Lord. I can't tell. I just saw somebody get their skull fractured. How come we don't have her here in your fantasy world? Delusion always does. She could have been more gentle. How old are they here? I asked because my best friend has a niece who's 8 years old. The things that she's concerned about this 8 year old are so far below what we're seeing here, right? Well, that's very narcissistic. Even if you only do it in the fantasy realm. Especially since you just got Sasuke killed because you absolutely refuse to go up there with him. Yeah, we saw that a couple minutes ago. Every single piece has to crumble off him for Naruto to leave. Ain't enough left of him to fill an ashtray. He went total Infinity War, if you know what I mean. Peace out. Okay, stand here and stare at it for a really long time. I can feel Sasuke's limbs being pulled from his body. Hear his screams of pain. Yeah, maybe not. Stay your ass in the skirt. Just go hide back under her skirt, man. Bitch ass. Is that gonna get him in the fight? Holy shit. That was satisfying. Get wrecked. Damn. You should have died sooner. I love this. I didn't think we were going to get dialogue. Dumbass. You were watching? Oh my god, that's not good. Like, you evil bitch. And she was saying that for years, man. Cussing you out. You still want to talk to this son of a bitch after everything you did? Couldn't be me. I love it, though. I mean, I got jokes, but I think it's really good. Here's the thing. 12, 13-year-old me would have loved that even more. This is exactly my kind of vibe when I was that age. There's a couple of novels and, stories and movies and stuff that were kind of in the same lane. And you get to the afterlife and all that stuff. I just eat it up I eat it with a spoon, man. I love that shit. So that's a part of me that it really, really appeals to. I just love the idea of her sitting there watching him all this time, like slaughtering hundreds of people, just torturing people, taking over people's minds, and taking over their bodies and enslaving them, and just all the horrible things we've seen this summit do over the years, man. Just summoning the nine-tailed beast and all the people that died that day. She's like, oh my god, day after day, just so much carnage, and it's all good when he shows up. Damn, that's love, man. That is love right there, Jesus. Like, I know he redeemed himself, but goddamn, there's an old sentiment. You can forgive somebody. That don't mean you want to go hang out with them. You'd be like, okay, I understand. I forgive you, but I don't ever want to see you. That's where I thought she'd be. But. Or they would just kind of leave it ambiguous. But no, they were very overt with it. So I do like I said, 12, 13-year-old me wouldn't have even questioned it. So there we are.